And of course our FM signal right across the county is really strong anyway. Whether you're listening on 96.7 FM or 104.2, the signal's really strong across the county. So the idea is that actually, do you really need 3 platforms to broadcast on?
So just to be crystal clear on that, if you haven't got a DAB radio, if Father Christmas didn't bring you one, then you can just listen on FM on your ordinary radio.
You can listen on FM, and of course you can also do other things as well, clever things, like on Freeview, channel 719, we're broadcasting there. You can pick us up on the BBC Radio iPlayer app, and there are other apps out there. It's not just the BBC one that you have to download if you want to listen to us. If you just go on to Google, other search engines are available, and just put in BBC Radio Kent Listen Live, there will be a number of options that come up that you can just click on, and we will be broadcasting on those platforms. And all the other alternatives that I've given you actually give you a better signal quality, so you can actually get a better sound coming out of the speakers.
But what happens when there's sport? Because I know we often split, don't we?
Well, we're still going to be able to split, and all that's going to happen is where we used to say you can now listen to it on medium wave, we're now going to say you can now listen to it on digital and on Freeview. So the DAB transmitter, if you like, will become the replacement for those split broadcasts. And we're also going to do sport on channels like Freeview, where you can access maybe the football commentary for Gillingham at the weekend. So we'll still be able to do the range of programmes we're doing. It's not a restriction on the kind of content we're doing at the moment. It's just that one of the platforms that we're using, the least used platform, but one of the most expensive platforms, is now being taken away.
Will FM be next?
My personal view is I'm completely agnostic. As long as we can be on lots of platforms and lots of people can listen to us, I'm happy. Digital is catching up, and I think there will be a point down the future where there will be a discussion about whether we should switch off FM. Will it happen? I'm not 100% sure. It's I've been sitting in this industry for a long time, and I can go back 10, 15 years, and everybody was saying, digital's the way forward, and we'll switch off FM, and we were all sitting there going, and it never happened. So more people are going online, and we've got to recognise that. And again, to be able to provide the extra services that online listening demands, we have to make savings elsewhere. The licence fee is finite, and we have to make sure that for all of our ambitions to be fulfilled, we have to make sure we stick within our budgets.
Thank you for getting in touch on this one as well. You can text 81333. Start your message with the word Kent, like Thomas in Tankton did, and said, if DAB is so wonderful, why does Radio Kent cut out driving up hills locally? No problems with AM. Do DAB radios still drain batteries far quicker? Indeed, well, that's the interesting thing about the batteries, is that they do use more power than just a transistor. But when we first started messing around with DABs, we were using like AAA batteries. Now lithium-ion batteries, far more, and I don't have problems with batteries.
Yeah, and I suppose the other thing is, once we take our attention off things like medium wave that people aren't using very much anymore, we can put all our attention into making sure that DAB is better and doesn't cut out when you go up hills. Although Richard's a big fan, he says, apart from the superb signal reception, the advantage to digital radio is you can listen to your favourite radio station anywhere in the UK. Maybe even while you're away on holiday, depending on how far away you are, which is a good point. He says the signal is crystal clear where he is. And keep listening if you haven't retuned yet, because we'll keep reminding you that this is your last weekday, and by Monday you all need to have retuned. And please stay with us just to find us again.
It's BBC Radio Kent Breakfast with Anna and Steve. Good morning, 29 minutes to. So let's turn to the papers now in the company of David Taylor, digital management consultant, author and social media trainer. So are you prepared for the medium wave switch off?
Well, I have no idea. I'm really racking my brain to think the last time I listened to medium wave. It's sometimes in my car, if I press the wrong button on the radio, you end up changing it to a medium wave, and you get some French station.
Yeah, I last listened when I was doing my French A-levels, because I was trying to consume more French.
All right. But these days you'd just get that online, wouldn't you? You'd get some sort of...
And it wouldn't go...
that's how you pronounce some of them.
It's amazing. I mean, I remember I was lucky enough to go to school in America, and I used to listen. I went to Colorado, and they used to have a station, classic rock and roll, KKFM. And the amazing thing now is I can listen to that radio station on my phone. And that's how things have advanced. It's amazing, but you can still obviously listen to strange French radio if you want on medium wave.
But you
It's not
can get it
strange,
online.
by the way, if you're French and you're listening.
Yeah.
Mais bien sûr.
Interesting thing is, though, in America, I don't think they're going to switch off the medium wave for a while because they use it far more, having their talk stations on medium wave, but music more likely to be on FM.
Yeah.
But then, as we learned earlier on, speaking about what was happening in Norway, the landscape of the nation, the actual topographical variation changes how you can use radio.
And, you know, if you're thinking, oh, but I'll miss it, it's a money, we're not doing it to annoy you. It is, we need to save money in local radio. That's as simple as that.
And I think, and if you looked at the amount of listeners, I think the vast majority will listen probably on FM.
Yeah.
At the moment, I mean, there's so many ways to listen to Radio Kent. You're only getting rid of one tiny proportion of it now.
We have brought in a podcast of one of the shows.
Well, there you go.
I managed to get it in again. I know.
It's about plug number 357 and it's only 8:33. You're
That's
gonna hit
right.
a million by the end
You
of the
can
show.
plug your own show.
Now let's dive into the papers. This story angered me a little bit. It's in the Express and it's about other people being angry at the Bronte Society using a supermodel. Tell us more.
Yeah, I think people just like to be angry. So it's the 200th year anniversary of Wuthering Heights, author Emily Bronte's birth.